People don't just wake up and go to Pinterest, guys. They have a problem first. They go to Google, they search for a solution, and then maybe eventually they end up on Pinterest. But what if you could intercept the journey? What if you could figure out what people are searching on Google and then create Pinterest content that directly answers those exact searches? That's what we are doing today. We are going to find the questions people are asking on Google, the problems they are trying to solve, and we are going to create Pinterest content that shows up in Pinterest as well as on Google for those exact queries. Because here's the secret, Pinterest shows up in Google search results as well. Not everyone knows this, but Pinterest pins can rank in Google, and when they do, they drive tons of traffic. So the first thing we're going to do today is head over to Google. Now I'm going to use a specific keyword as an example. I'm going to use this keyword that says daycare Easter crafts because it's a huge niche on Pinterest, but it's also something that people constantly search on Google as well. So I'm typing in daycare Easter crafts right in Google. Now, don't ask me how I found this keyword. I got this from Pinterest. I have made a lot of videos on keyword research on my channel. Just watch any of my previous videos and you'll know how to find those keywords. Anyways, look at these results on Google now. The first few are videos and then we have images, and just below that you'll see Pinterest showing up in the search results. Now, if you are a Pinterest marketer, this is gold because this technique is different and slightly unconventional, and this is exactly how you can drive tons of traffic to your website. So let's click on the search results that says daycare Easter crafts. Once you click on it, you will see that there are different types of pins showing up. So the search query daycare Easter crafts is driving tons of traffic to this page for sure. And since your website will not be able to rank high for this key phrase, what you can do is get the traffic from Google through Pinterest. If somehow your pins show up here, you can drive massive traffic because you will be getting traffic from both Google and Pinterest and also other search engines too. Even if you cannot rank here, you can still show up under related pins section. For example, when I click on the first results here, you'll see that Pinterest also shows related pins. Now, how do you outrank these? And even if you are not able to outrank these pins, how do you show up under related pins section? Well, the process is pretty simple and very few are talking about this. Here's what you should do. Guys, you must first understand how Pinterest views these pins as. And to get that information, simply copy the pin URL and then head over to Pintrendo. Pintrendo is a Pinterest keyword tool, guys, that gives you deep insights. So in Pintrendo, click the annotations tab first and then paste this URL and then hit the fetch button. It will perform a scan and then it will return quite a few annotations. These are words and phrases Pinterest associates with the main key phrase daycare Easter crafts. Now repeat the same process for the next two pins to get a comprehensive list of annotations. Once you have the list, write a blog post by ensuring to include these annotations inside the blog post. For this specific tutorial, I have already written a blog post and this is how it looks. I have not published this blog post yet because I wanted to show the process. And if you look at this post here, you'll see that important keywords and annotations are already bolded. I have done this to show how I write the blog post by including the annotations in the article. Once you are done creating the article, the next step is to create pins. Now you have two options. Either you can create pins using the Pintendo's pin generator or you can create it on Canva. Just make sure that when you create pins, you include the visual elements that screams the words and phrases you see in the annotations and also try to match the image that you see in the Pinterest search results. Just make sure not to copy the image. In the description as well, you must include the annotations. Here's an example of Pinterest description that I have written for this blog post. See what I did there? I included all the annotations and relevant phrases people actually search for, and also Pinterest understands this better. In fact, I made Pinterest job much easier and I wrote it naturally like I'm talking to a person, not stuffing keywords. Now, when you upload the pin to Pinterest, it will be searchable on Pinterest for those terms. But the magic is that over time, Google may also index this pin and show it in search results when people search for similar terms on Google. And here's the best part, you don't even need any special tools for this. You're using free Google search and Pinterest is free as well for additional keyword research if you want to verify difficulty levels on Pinterest specifically. Let me quickly show you how you can verify something on Pinterest. In Pinterest, you can type in the target keyword. Let's say daycare Easter crafts, and it will show me if it's worth writing or not through difficulty levels. Pinterest gives you a clear indication if the content you're writing about is an underserved topic or not. Now, let me give you a few more niche examples of how you could apply this exact strategy because I know not everyone watching this video is into craft niche. So, let's say you are into home organization. You can go to Google and search home organization and look at the autocomplete suggestions. We have home organization ideas for small spaces, then we have home organization ideas on a budget, home organization ideas for small spaces on a budget, and so on. These are super detailed and long term phrases, guys. So let's just search this home organization ideas for small spaces and look at the top results on Google. If you scroll down, you'll see that Pinterest is ranking high for this search query. Just click on Pinterest URL showing this search results and then analyze the top pins and just create Pinterest content around these specific struggles, because Pinterest is also ranking for these keywords. And if somehow you show up in the curated pins or unrelated pins sections, you will get lots of traffic from Pinterest as well as Google, guys. So the strategy is same across any niche. Google search, find specific problems, create Pinterest content, optimize for both platforms. Now, if you're thinking how long it will take for this to work, my honest answer is Pinterest SEO can take a few weeks to a couple of months to really kick in. Also, it may take some time for Google to index your pins as well. Sometimes 2 or 3 months. This is not an overnight strategy, guys, but here's why it's worth it. Once your pins start ranking, both on Pinterest and Google, they can continue to drive traffic for months or even years. It's evergreen traffic, guys.